see you, everybody. It is your coach Borino on this lovely Tuesday. Every day is a good day. Day above ground is a good day. Challenging, yes. Difficult, absolutely. We'll talk about it. But it is a good day. We'll get through this. We'll get through this. That's my message. I'm going to repeat it over and over. We'll get through this. We'll get through this. It's going to be all right. I have some practical stuff I want to share with you. I want to hear your questions, your concerns. I want to talk to you. I want to make sure that I can provide as much inspiration, information as I possibly can to you. Focus is the answer. Focus is the answer. What you're going to focus on right now is going to determine whether this is going to be the shittiest time of your life and you're going to end up in a crisis, financially, mentally, business-wise, or you're going to thrive. Focus. And I have to discipline myself. I have to work on it because just like for you, I'm not pretending this is easy. I'm not pretending this is fun. I'm not pretending this is not complicated. It is difficult. It is challenging. It is complicated. It is putting a strain on all of us as a society, as a business, as an industry. But the answer is focus. Because if anything we can learn and practice and get better at is what we focus on. Because there are things you control and things that are completely out of your control. Like, let me give you an example. If things go well, let's say things are going really well. You don't control how many listings you take, you don't control how much money you make, you don't control your clients, you don't control the market. There are a lot of things out of your control. So why is it that 2-3 months ago we were all happy, some of us, things were going well, and now we're not? Focus. How much time do you spend on social media? Be honest. And how much of that time is spent uplifting others, sharing good information, being helpful, lending an ear, encouraging people, and how much of it is just consuming shit you've seen over and over that doesn't feel good, that doesn't help you in any way, doesn't inspire, doesn't teach you anything? Or it doesn't teach somebody else where you're not learning anything from it. Be honest. Focus. Where is your focus? Are you still focused on things you do not control? Complaining about the stupid virus, complaining about the economy, complaining and worrying about the market, complaining and being scared shitless over what's going to happen a month from now, 2 months from now. Where is this going to end? Yes, we're concerned. Yes, we're worried. But what do you focus on right now? What questions are you asking right now? What questions are you asking right now? Here's one of the good questions you can ask. What can I do right now that'll be the most productive thing that would help my community, that will help my family, that will help my prospects, my leads, my tribe, that will help people around me, that will help this world, that would help this situation? What can I do right now? What are the most productive things I can be doing right now? What do you control? You control your thoughts, you control your focus, you control your beliefs, your expectations, you control your actions. Those are the things you have control over. What you focus on, what you expect, what you believe, what you think, because your thoughts with your focus create your emotions. And this is hard to understand and believe. You are 100% responsible for the emotions you feel, the thoughts you think, the actions you take. And if sitting on social media, now I see the irony, yes, you're watching this video on social media, but here's the difference. We're here, friends, to learn something, to get inspired, to move forward. Because let me throw something at you, and I don't mean to freak you out. I'm not a fearmonger, but think about this. What if we are under current circumstances for the next 12 months? Ponder that for a second. What if the way things are today will not change for the next year? Is that possible? I don't know. Nobody really knows. But what if? Just entertain that idea. Humor me for a second. I'll tell you what would happen. Some of us, some of you guys, awesome rock stars, resourceful, powerful, confident, competent, we'd figure out a way. We already figured out a way. Life has not stopped. Have you eaten today? Have you had breakfast today? Have you had lunch today? Did you drink coffee? I'm enjoying my lovely cappuccino. We are in crisis. We are in quarantine. The shit is going on. And I'm enjoying this beautiful. This is from Nespresso. We got the Nespresso machine. And the recent order included a Hawaiian coffee as a little bonus. We got a little perk. If you order a certain number of those boxes, you get extra. Some of you probably enjoy it as much as I do. This fucking thing is delicious. I don't have much to complain about. You get my point? So what if the only way you can conduct business and live your life under somewhat normal circumstances, in quotes of course, is the way it is right now? With the restrictions in place, with the social distancing in place, with no physical contact and all these things, no open houses. I'm here to tell you guys there is always a way. And I'll tell you why. And this is the most important thing I'm going to give you today. The core of your business and the success or failure of your business stands on one word. One word. And there it is. Communication. As long as you and I can communicate, as long as I can get some kind of helpful, inspirational, cool information to you, as long as you can reach out to people, as long as you can be visible, you can have presence and offer some type of message that somewhat resonates with your audience, we're good. Because in great times and in challenging times, in awesome markets and in depression, in recession economy and in a booming economy, if you analyze every single thing you do that leads to dollars, that leads to service, which those two are connected. More service, better service, more dollars. All of that stands on communication. Now, of course, there are a bunch of ways you can do that. The old-fashioned way, modern way, digital, traditional, face-to-face, phone, texting. You have all these channels. But they all mean the same thing. If I get a postcard from a real estate agent, that's a form of communication. If you create a little video where you tell people, hey, this is a brand new listing on 1234 Oak Street, it's a 4-bedroom, lovely house, recently remodeled in a very nice, quiet cul-de-sac. Would you like to know more about it? I'll be more than happy to send you the price, photographs, and more information on it. Text me back with the word yes. That's a communication. That, by the way, would be a pretty cool little video, right? It's all about communication. And right now, some channels have been removed, like an open house. Like knocking on a door of an expired listing right now may not be the best strategy in most cases. But it doesn't mean you cannot communicate. It doesn't mean there are no alternatives. There's always an alternative. If you cannot hand them the expired package, you can mail it to them. Speaking of expired listings, you can text them, you can email them, you can call them. You can put them in a mailing list. You can send them bomb videos, one-to-one videos. You can have a sequence of videos pre-recorded specifically for expired listings where you talk to them about, it's a bummer things didn't sell, but as you can see by recent market statistics, and this is for March 2020, while we are under quarantine, there are still homes being listed and sold. So if you are in a position where you don't have a choice or would like to do it right now because something is either pressuring you or something would pull you, I'll be happy to talk to you. Let's set up a virtual meeting. You can do that. My wife, Hannah, she runs a very successful staging company. And of course, staging requires her to visit people's homes and do consultations and evaluations and educate people and walk people through the process of preparing home for staging, which now, of course, she can do. Yesterday, she was, I hope she's not watching. I don't know if she's, I'll tell you anyway, it doesn't matter. She was in her pajamas with a cute top, but, bottomless pajamas, on her phone like this. And her client, a seller that's preparing the property for the market, who does not have a choice but they will have to sell, was on the other side, walking through the property with their phone, showing Hannah the place. And Hannah was writing notes and giving points, doing a virtual consultation with the client. There's always a way. There's always a way. And you know what she discovered? She can do this remotely. That even when this thing blows over, there may be times where this is a better way. Because, and this is the cool part, she can have a client in California on the other side of the coast doing consultations now. It doesn't matter where they are. You can have a virtual meeting, video meeting, Zoom meeting, FaceTime meeting, Skype meeting with client in Hawaii, in Europe, in Asia, doesn't matter. And many of you are already doing it. But now what's going to happen, it's going to become part of your communication. So even though it's a shitty deal, trust me, I don't like this thing any more than anybody else. I hate it. We will survive. Even if it lasts for a long time, there's always a way, because it's all based on communication. All your marketing, all your follow-up, all the reaching out to your sphere of influence, to your prospects, to your leads, to your existing clients, past clients, it's just a form of communication. So what we need to rethink now is, what do we control? And how do we incorporate communication so we still build trust and relationship and connection with our prospects? And this is what it's cool that today we have the technology that a few years ago didn't have. We have the means where back, Jesus, when I started doing videos and live broadcasts, it cost thousands of dollars. I still have some of the equipment, although some of it is now kind of museum pieces. But I spent thousands of dollars to be able to what I do now, what I can do. I don't know if you saw my live video. I did a live on Sunday in our backyard with my smartphone. That's the beautiful thing. What can you do? What can you focus on to bring the message to the people who want to hear from you, need to hear from you, need the reassurance? What communication channels can you open now? So I will have an invitation for you. There is nothing to buy. But Hannah and I are putting together a virtual boot camp of digital communication. We will focus mainly on video. We will also talk about how to do Facebook Lives like this one, how to do open house videos, digital virtual open houses. She's been doing them forever. How to promote your listings, how to communicate with your clients, how to establish yourself as the digital presence who is known in the marketplace, who has the credibility, who has the status. It's going to be really cool. How to do cool little videos with no expensive equipment. You don't have to have television background or any of that. So it's coming. It's for you. And here's the best part. You have to sign up for it, but it's going to be free. I was going to charge a couple $1,000, $1,500, something like that. We had a meeting this morning with Hannah. It's going to be free. We're going to go to some of her listings too, where she's going to show you some of the tricks she uses to promote listings, promote properties, because here's where it's cool. Not only will you learn how to do that, now you can incorporate it in your listing presentation, in your consultation with the sellers. We'll tell them, well, here's an example of what we're going to do for you to protect your health, our health, and still do our job. So that's coming. Watch for it. There'll be a link. You're going to sign up. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be very interactive. There'll be homework. There'll be assignments. You're going to be up to speed in no time. It is no big deal. We're going to cover things like, what do I talk about? What do I do with my hands? How do I look better on camera? What some of the good topics are? What kind of gear I need? What kind of equipment? How do I get this up and running? We also are going to include FaceTime. I'm going to walk you through Zoom. I use Zoom all the time. Very cool tool. And they have a package that's free that you can use now for listing presentations, consultations, follow-up, and all that cool stuff. So that's coming. But going back to this, how can you communicate? So think, what can you do? Video, big time. Texting, big time. One-on-one videos, where you just record a little video on your phone, send it to a prospect, send it to a lead, send it to an existing client, or just send it to somebody who's on your sphere, somebody who needs to be reached out to. I have a friend, very dear friend, who lives in the neighborhood, very close friend of ours, whose family originally, years ago, generation back or two generations back, came to the U.S. from Italy. And they're in trouble down there. His family's in Rome, and they're in dire straits. It's pretty bad. And so I've been just communicating with him, just texting, supporting. There's no business behind it. There's no agenda behind it other than a friend who is in need of another friend to just share and to get some support and get love. There are a lot of people out there like that. And they look up to you for leadership, for confidence, for guidance, and for one word, and that word is important. Write these down. What people need now is to lower the fear and anxiety, which is normal, and increase certainty. And you will get plenty of questions like, well, how's the market? Is this a good time to sell? Friends, remember this. Your communication needs to be based on facts, guidance, not speculation, and no neediness. Like, oh shit, it's hard to get listings, it's hard to make a buck, I need this commission. That's the last thing. And I know it's hard. And I know some of you are really worried, seriously worried, how am I going to get paid? How am I going to pay my mortgage and feed my kids? I understand that. And just like you are worried, there are millions of people, billion people around the world wondering the same. The best thing you can do is communicate. Reach out, keep reaching out, keep being present. showing the guidance. This is who you need to become. Watch this. There's this crazy storm going throughout the world, and there are few individuals, you being one of them, who emerge as leaders. Unmovable, unstoppable, solid. Because their focus is not on, how am I going to crazy survive? Am I going to survive this business? Where am I going to, next money is going to come from? Corona, this and where, Corona. Not the noise. You simply shift your focus. You stay present. You say, well, it's pretty crazy out there. We've never been through anything like this before. We've been through similar shit. I mean, if you read history, you know this is not the first epidemic, and I'm sure it's not the last one. We managed. We'll manage this one too. So no speculation. Give solid answers. This is what I know. There have been 74 new listings in the last 7 days in our area. So there are some people who choose to sell right now. And under their circumstances, that was a smart decision. That was the right thing to do. Homes still can be sold. We are very much restricted, and some of you, of course, some states and some localities have different rules. Stay on top of it because these things fluctuate. They change all the time, which is normal. But business still can be done. It can still be done. You can still help people. The second thing you do is start amassing database of leads. That will require sources, and it can be anyone. If you can. I know some states you can't cold call right now, as even that is now fluctuating and it's changing, so stay on top of it. But do the best you can with what you have. Where can you get leads right now? I tell you who's in trouble right now, who can use some guidance and some support is for sell-by owners. That's one group, and they're still out there. They need you. Start amassing leads. Do communication, marketing, and any type of marketing and advertising is communication. Do that. Because even though there'll be a bunch of people who say, well, shit, not right now. That's normal. That's okay. If their conditions and circumstances and life where they are now allows them to wait it out, that's fine. If that's the best solution for them at the moment, that's cool. They'll be ready later. And I tell you, the agent they're going to pick will be the agent who was the guiding force, who was the confident, competent, centered, composed, compassionate guide through all this. Because by then you're going to have such a strong bond and relationship with them by offering advice, offering support, offering sometimes just a word of encouragement. That by the time they are ready, and that can be a few months from now, that can be a year from now, who knows? You're going to clean up. And a new generation and a new wave of rock stars will emerge from all this who will be unstoppable and who will have so much business. It's going to be unbelievable. And it's all based on communication, relationships, nurturing. So use the channels that are available. If you can text, text. If you can send video, send video. Mass video, do a mass video. Postcards, letters, market updates, handwritten notes, phone calls. Do the best you can with what you have. Do the best you can with what you have. And then you combine good message with repetition, creates familiarity. Repetition, good message, familiarity, trust. That's how it works. Is this helpful? Yeah?